In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a new page on the band's website. Uh, I can't think of any new pages that we need right now, so I'm going to create one that's a little bit contrived. And I tried to think of a good story to tell. So I am going to create a page, put it all in place, and then I'm going to undo everything because, as you will see, it really doesn't make a lot of sense for us. And where I decided to do it was under the executive officers, and I'm going to create a new executive officer in the board of directors. So we're going to come over to the editor, and let's go to preview mode. And I'm going to go to the executive officers. I find it's easier to go in preview mode, hop to the page you wish to update to add new content. Now, I'm not going to start with adding a new page. What I'm going to first do is add the new executive board of director position. So I'm going to now hop into editor mode and double or triple click. It varies till you see this pop up. And the new position is cheese administrator, and we got a really good coup with Mickey Mouse as our cheese administrator. So I'm going to start with just that. And the way this works, this is centered. The alignment is centered. And I just put in enough periods until it looks like it lines up pretty well. And as usual, I'll go to preview mode. That looks reasonably okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because I will be undoing all of this. I hit publish. I come back over to our actual website. And when I click refresh, there is Cheese Administrator Mickey Mouse. Well, it turns out Mickey's very popular, and people wish to contact Mickey to find out, what kind of cheese that he administers. And the way we handle that is if somebody has a contact position, then they have their own page for contact information. So, for example, for Jim, his name and email address is there. For Barbara, her email address and name is there. And for Adrienne, it's the same. The reason we do this is there are other places in the band's website where I refer to the band personnel director or the concert rehearsal administrator, band personnel administrator, and even the director. Rather than I used to put the actual person's name in there and sometimes contact information, and it just got a little bit too much to keep up to date as people changed or their email addresses changed, etc. So I created a dedicated page, referred to the position, not the name. And then if the person who's interested in contacting the director or the administrators, they can click on it and find it. So I want the same kind of thing for Mickey Mouse. And the way, there's two ways, so I need to add a new page. There's two ways to do that. I can create a brand new page, or I can make a copy of an existing page. And since we're dealing with creating a new page, it's going to look very much like the other contact pages. I'm going to make a copy. So I come over, go to the editor. Now I come to this page that I alluded to in a previous video, but did not go into detail. These are all our pages and our menus, and I'm going to copy the director's page and use that as my starting point. So I kind of have to know where things are. And in this situation, the contact information is supplemental. You cannot get it by dropping down in any of these menus, but you can link to it from an existing page. So I'm going to come over to the director. Excuse me. This little ellipse triple dot it gives me the access to do other things with this page. I click on it. And one of the things I can do is duplicate it. So let's duplicate. And I don't know what dynamic duplicate page means. It might mean, well, I guess I could click on this and find out, but I'm just going to do regular duplicate page. And now we can see we've got director and it's a duplicate. It's called duplicate. And I really wanted to be, instead of copy of director, I wanted to be cheese administrator. And I click done. And now I can edit this copy and oops, did a little bit too much there for me. Cheese administrator is Mickey Mouse. Phone number for Mickey is 123-456-7890. And Mickey is the mouse at disney.com. And let's make sure everything looks okay, and it does. So now we're going to publish this. And if I come over here, it won't show up anywhere. It's because Mickey is currently, or I'm sorry, Cheese Administrator is currently in a supplemental folder, which is hidden. That's what the little eyeball with the slash through it means. So nobody can see this page or easily see this page. So what I'm going to do is temporarily move this page to a menu where it can be seen. And I'm going to put it under the band member or the About Us page, excuse me. And let me publish that. And now if I go to About Us, it's same as before, but if I refresh it, now About Us has our cheese administrator. I click on that and boom, there is Mickey Mouse. Oh, but look at this. The URL says it's the copy of the director, which is accurate because that's how I created the page. But I really want this to say cheese administrator. And it took me a little while to figure out how to make this change. And I'm going to show it in the video. So again, I'm going to get it up high so we can see everything. And from the cheese administrator, we have SEO. I have no idea what SEO stands for. Basics. And if we scroll down the URL slug, it says it's the last part of the URL. I'm going to call it cheese administrator. I'm going to publish that. Refresh. Oh, look, page not found. Don't worry. At least I hope not worry. Oh, it didn't do it. That was interesting. Ah, nope. All right, let me try this again. Executive officers, maybe it had not refreshed. That's a possibility. No, it has not done it. Oh. Maybe I gotta come in for that. Let's publish it again. Refresh, about us. And there we go. All right, now it is cheese administrator. So I think I have to close those windows, but or those tabs. That's fine. Now we have cheese administrator here, and I'm going to move cheese administrator around a little bit just for the fun of it. It's currently under about us. I will move it Let's assume it's really popular. I'm going to move it to the very top of About Us. Publish that. Refresh. And look, Cheese Administrator is at the top of About Us. Now I'm going to move it to the band members website under expense voucher. Publish that. Refresh. It's no longer under About Us, but Cheese Administrator is under band members information. All right, so let's now put Cheese Administrator back where it really belongs. Sometimes you kind of have to move around because and let it park and then move it again and then scroll down. I'm going to put it down here under Director, which is kind of where it started. Publish that. And now, come on, I have to refresh. And now it is no longer under expense voucher. It is no longer under About Us. But I still can't, now I can't get to it at all. So what I want to do is in the same way that Director is linked and these administrator links are linked, I want this to be linkable. So now I'm going to handle that. And I don't need the page menus for this. I'm going to come back over to Preview. Go to the Executive Officers page. Back to the editor. Get into edit mode again, which is, I'm doing multiple clicks here until it highlights. There we go. And what I want to do is highlight Cheese Administrator, go over to link like a link in a chain, click on it. And we saw this before when I was making links to Google Maps and anything else that was external. This page is a little different. It's a page within our system. It's internal. So it's an internal page. And now I just scroll down till I find the page name, which is Cheese Administrator. I click on that. I go to preview mode. Now, normally when I click on something, I should see it. Notice it's going to be a little different. Oh, it did click over here, but now it's in the editor. So it's not going to show me the full URL like we're normally going to see. And when I go back, it doesn't want to go back. It's a little strange. Don't worry about that. Everything's fine. I'm going to publish it. Hop back over to our example. There is no link here, but as soon as I hit refresh, the link appeared. And now when I click on Cheese Administrator, it takes me to Cheese Administrator. So everything is as it is with the director and the other administrators. And this is live. So it's Saturday morning, a little past 10, in the middle of August. If anybody happens to be going to our website and looking at the executive officers in the list, they're going to see that we do have a cheese administrator who is indeed Mickey Mouse. I don't want that to stay there. So now I'm going to demonstrate getting rid of things. This should be pretty easy. I'm going to go back to preview mode again. The first thing I'm going to do is the only way to get to this cheese administrator is through this link. So, oops, I have to be in the editor. Excuse me. Until it pops in. And now all I have to do is get rid of this and publish. And now we will see that cheese administrator is gone. There is no way to get to it through the about us. There's no way to get to it this way. Oh, but there is one slight problem. If I happen to know the URL, it is still there. The page still exists on our website. There's no super easy way to get there, but it still is there. And what I need to do is actually delete the page. And I do that by hopping over to the pages and menus, going down to where our cheese administrator is. And now this gets a little awkward because it's near the bottom of the list, but I don't see everything I can do. And there is no easy way to scroll this up and down. So what I'm going to do is move it temporarily up to the top, only so that I see the entire list of actions I can do. And what I want to do is delete it. Are you sure you want to delete this? Oh, yes, it is. I am. And now I'm going to publish. And when I come back over and refresh this, I should get a 404. Yes, there's the 404. The page is not found because it's been deleted. So that demonstrates making a new page by making a copy of an existing page, just going into the editor and change the content, go into the SEO basics and changing the URL name, making a reference to it, moving it around within the menus, making a link to it, and then finally deleting everything when you're done in this situation because it was just a made up example, but it does show that we can delete pages, etc.